So we're making the most adorable notepad folios. This is gonna be so perfect for craft fairs, little favors at a tea party, or again, a girls' night or anything. To cut the paper up, you can mix and match the bands and the little embellishments. Here's this bookmark. So these are just meant to be really cute, really quick little gifts. Okay, so now when you close it, we're gonna close this side and then this side. So this is today's tutorial starring my crocodile that I love.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin, even with my eyes still closed.
Hi everyone, it's Amber and thank you so much for coming back to my channel, for clicking on this video. I'm so excited to share my project with you today. I'm gonna do a full tutorial, and today we are making notepad folios, and I made them in a book club theme, and I use this paper right here that I got from Michael's, and it's called Book Club and it's by Craftsmith. So this paper pad is from this year and it was $5 when I purchased it. So I'm just gonna kind of flip a little bit, but you're gonna see most of the patterns in the ones that I already made. So we're making the most adorable notepad folios. They are so easy and you can mass produce them. That wasn't near all the pages. There's also this page, which is the one we're gonna be using for the tutorial, but I'll show you that in a second. And then I've also used this 3-pack of legal pads from Dollar Tree. So this comes in a pack of 3 and you get this entire thing for $1.25, and I used one of the pads per folio. So as you can see, they're separated with chipboard in the middle, and there's 3 of them. So they all have the chipboard on the back. So I just separate them and I can get 3 folios out of 1 pack of these. So run to Dollar Tree and stock up on these, especially for craft fair season. Okay, so here's what we're gonna be making today. I'm super excited. This is what they look like. They're so cute and perfect for your book club or whatever paper you use. This is gonna be so perfect for craft fairs, little favors at a tea party, or again, a girls' night or anything. So this is the perfect project to use up your single-sided paper, and I showed you the paper pad, single-sided. I know a lot of people have asked for single-sided paper ideas, so this is definitely one of them. So here's what we're gonna be making. I'll show you the entire thing, and then I'll kind of show you the rest of them, and then we'll make one together. So this is a belly band that I made, and I just put a cute embellishment on there with some foam tape. It was super easy. And then here's the little folio. So when you open it up, it's got the notepad in the middle. And over here, there's a bookmark clipped on. And this bookmark is cut apart from the paper pad. And then I just backed it with some vintage book paper that I had in my stash. And then I used an eyelet and some seam binding from MyScrapcabin shop on Etsy. Love her seam binding. It's so perfect for bookmarks. And I'll link her shop below with a discount code. And over here, these cut aparts were also in the paper pad. So I just glued the TBR list right here. And these are perfect to share with your friends at book club or to give as gifts for graduation or anything. I think these are super cute and they were so easy to make. And I'm gonna show you how I made them. Here's the back. And then the belly band just gets slipped right back on there. And I've got the bookmark held on with this cute book paper clip. So I hope you can see that. It's like a rose gold paper clip that looks like a book. I wanted to keep making these because they're so quick and fun. So there's that one. And here's again the back. And then I made this one. And again, there's the paper clip up here, and I'll pull the bookmark out so you can see it. Here's the bookmark on this one. So there's this one. And then I made this cute one here. And once you cut the paper up, you can mix and match the bands and the little embellishments. Here's this bookmark. I thought it turned out really cute. Here's this cute one here with the book paper. And then here's the bookmark. Super pretty. Love this one, and I love how the seam binding is on the top and it sticks out. It's so pretty. So this one's really pretty. It's got some foiling on it. There's the back, and then here's the bookmark. Isn't it so cute? And this one says book club on it. And I got these little cute book paper clips from Amazon. I'll link them below for you. And then we have this beautiful one. It's one of my favorites. I love it so much. And then here's the bookmark. Okay, so those are the ones I made. We're gonna make one together. You're not gonna believe how fast these go. You're gonna wanna mass produce them for fall and Christmas and summer paper. Any single-sided paper that you have, get out, because you're gonna kill some paper pads once you see how quick and easy this goes. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is get the notepads out. And again, these have 3 in the pack. So what I'm gonna do is carefully separate just one to make this one. So the first thing I do is just add adhesive to the back where the chipboard is. And this is where you want to use some pretty strong adhesive. So I'm using some double-sided sticky tape. This is called Scor Tape, and I will link it below. It's my favorite. It's so strong. This notepad is not going anywhere using this tape. So I'm just going to get the perimeter of the notepad and then fill in the middle a little bit. So these are just meant to be really cute, really quick little gifts. So these have 30 sheets of lined paper in them. And technically you could glue a new one in there once this one's out. But again, it's just one piece of scrapbook paper. So it's kind of meant to be just a really cute, quick gift. So I'm just using this little tool that I got from Dollar Tree. It has like a little tip at the end to release the backing on my adhesive. Put this aside, it's nice and sticky. I'm going to put it aside for a second, and we're going to work with our scrapbook paper. So you're going to need a piece that measures 12 across by 8 1/8 up and down. And then you're going to need a little belly band strip here, and this measures 12 across by 1 3/4 up and down. So if you don't have a scoreboard, you do not need one. You can use a ruler. It'll be super easy. But what we're going to do is stick this in the scoreboard. So this is in the right side up. Left is at the left, right is at the right, and we're gonna score in at 3 inches. And make sure that your print side is up. So we just scored in at 3 inches, and that's all we're doing. If you don't have a scoreboard, all you would need to do is just grab your ruler, measure 3 inches in, and then just pull up where the 3 inches is and make your own score line. So I just took a little shortcut. So your score line is here, but we're actually gonna flip the paper over and fold it in this way. You don't want to press down too hard, just kind of crease it with your finger. And now you've got this little flap over here. So take your notepad, and it's sticky on the back, and you're just going to lift these papers up gently, so you don't want them to fall off this chipboard. And you're going to lay this right up against the score line that you made and line it up with the bottom as straight up against that fold. And then as long as you've got this on the bottom straight, you can pretty much let go, and it should be perfectly even. So you've just glued your notebook in, and it was so easy. So I'm just going to take my bone folder and kind of press this down to make sure everything is glued down. You don't want to get too close to the top because you don't want to separate the pages. So just kind of press it down, make sure it's nice and adhered, and now you can fold that flap over. You want to do it gently so you don't bend the other paper. Kind of just smooth that down. And then over here, there's no score line. So you're going to make your own by pressing the bottom of your finger against the bottom of the notepad. And just gently fold that over. So now you can kind of crease it where it's at because you know your notepad's in there perfectly. And we've just made our cute notepad folio. It uses up a lot of paper to make a bunch of these. You could have done this before this, but I forgot the step. But we're gonna round these corners. Just get your corner rounder of choice. Here's mine. I'm gonna use the 1/4 inch side, but you can use anything you have. And I'm just gonna round those corners. It looks a lot nicer, and those little corners won't get bent. So I'm just gonna round those corners. And again, it's easier to do it before you put the notepad in, but it still works. Here's the front of your little folio. It's super cute. What we're gonna do now is just turn it around. So this is the back. And you're gonna take your strip that measures 1 3/4 by 12, and you're just gonna turn it around and slip it like this. And you're gonna slip it like this and kind of eyeball the center. And what we're gonna do is just meet these two pieces, make sure they're even, pull it pretty tight but without ripping the paper, because we want to make sure that when we glue this down it's super tight, because it's going to loosen naturally as we use this, and so I want it to be able to keep the folio closed. So then once you get this kind of even, take your bone folder and just mark where that seam is, so like where this paper meets here. And that's just so you have an idea of where to lay your glue. So I got the Scor Tape on there, and I'm just going to release the backing. Okay, so I just released the backing, and then you're gonna take this and, again, really tight, make sure it's even. You're gonna glue that down. So you're gonna glue down your little belly band. Make sure you press it with your bone folder. And now this is the back and where the seam is, and the front is nice and clean, and you've got your little closure now. So you can actually stop right here. This is super cute, and this would be a wonderful gift or a craft fair item. It's got a really nice presentation, and it looks really sleek, and you can just go crazy with your single-sided paper. But we're gonna take it a couple steps further and decorate it a little bit. And on the ones that I made is I cut a little image or something out of the paper with my 2-inch scallop punch. So that's right here, and I just popped it up on foam. So I'm gonna go and look at I used some of the images here, and I just chose something that would fit in the 2-inch punch. So let me see if this little teapot might fit. That would be super cute. Just not that centered is the problem. But I think I might be able to use this image. And again, some of them I just use the pattern paper, and some I use like little images like this. It just depends. So I'm gonna see if I can actually get this book, get the tea and the books. Oh my gosh, that's super cute. So there's what I have. I'm just gonna punch it out. And it's gonna go right here. I think that's absolutely adorable. So here's the little image that I punched out, and I'm gonna add foam adhesive to this. And I get my foam adhesive at Dollar Tree, and I'll show you the one it is. It's like photo safe, acid free, really expensive at Hobby Lobby and Amazon, but I get mine from Dollar Tree. So let me show it to you. I think I've shown it on my channel before. It's this one right here, and it's the acid-free, photo safe, and it's the super glue brand. Front Porch Treasures. And so I didn't find it in the crafting section. I actually found it like in the hardware area, like where the tools are and stuff. So check your Dollar Tree. Mine never has a problem stocking it, so hopefully it's there to stay. But yeah, it's a little, it's so much cheaper than getting it on like Amazon or Hobby Lobby. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this, and I just release the backing on the foam, and I'm just gonna try to center this best I can. And there we go. It's super cute. I love how this turned out. And again, you can stop right here, but I am gonna add some more goodies, a bookmark and a little TBR reading list. And I'm gonna be using the bookmark page and the TBR cut apart page. Two things cut out, and for the TBR list I'm going to round the corners with my corner chomper, and I'm using the 1/4 inch side, but you don't have to round the corners. Use whatever corner rounder you have. So that just makes it look a little bit nicer. So here's the bookmark. It kind of looks like a cute little ticket stub. And I want to do some more cute stuff to this. The first thing I'm going to do is grab an old book page. So I have this Anna Green Gables copy because I pretty much collect Anna Green Gables. This one was like about to be thrown out at my friends at the library. And so it was in like a free bin. So I picked it up and I've been using it as ephemera for junk journals and stuff like this. So I'm going to take one of those book pages, and obviously I'm going to use this side. So what I'm going to do is just fill this with adhesive and glue it down so that way the other side has some cute vintage book paper on it. So I just need to fill this up with some adhesive, and I'm using this permanent Scotch Photo Safe little tape roller thing. Make sure you get all the way to the edge on all sides so the paper doesn't come up. I need to get a little closer to the edge over here. And then just fill it up with adhesive. So I'm just going to kind of see where this is going to be at. And I'm just going to place the bookmark right there on the opposite side. And then just cut it out. And I'm just going to kind of smooth it down with my bone folder, and then I'm going to cut this out. So I'll definitely save this one for another bookmark. So now we have our cute bookmark, and it's covered with vintage book paper on the other side. So what I like to do now is, this just looks a little bit raw to me, so I like to distress the edges. You don't have to do this, but I happen to have this right here on my desk, and I'm just going to use an ink pad. So I'm just using this ink pad right here, but normally I would use Tim Holtz Distress ink, but since this is right here, we're going to use this, and it's a cute color. So I'm just going to take it and kind of lightly dust the edges with this beautiful like robin's egg blue. And I think it looks really nice with the bright color because it'll fade just a little bit as we go here. So now it's got like a finished edge. So next I'm going to put some trim through here like a real bookmark. So I'm going to punch a hole. So this is today's tutorial starring my crocodile that I lost like 2 months ago and couldn't find it. And my husband was bringing in some like containers from our garage, and I was like, what? And I saw this baby and this baby right next to each other. So I'm pretty happy I found those two tools. Okay, so I'm going to use the bigger side and punch a hole right there. I think it's 3/16. And I have these 3/16 inch eyelets, and I'll link these below. And I think I'll use that greenish color. So I zoomed in just a little, and what you do is just pop the eyelet in the hole, and then take the top part of the crocodile and set the eyelet. So just do it like that, and then you're gonna chomp it down. Okay, so now we have our eyelet there. And of course, you know the trim that I'm gonna be using on this. It's gonna be some beautiful seam binding. I'm gonna use these two colors right here, and these are from MyScrapcabin shop on Etsy. So this one is light jade, and this one is sun rose. So I'm just gonna cut a length from both of these, just like that much. And I'm just gonna put these together like this, find the center, and I'm gonna slip those in the eyelet. So then this loop comes out of the back, And we're just gonna make a little slip knot. It's super easy and that simple. But there it is. There's our cute bookmark that we made with one of the cut aparts, and it has the cute book paper on the back. And I'll show you how we're gonna add this to our cute folio here. So when you open it, it's gonna be right there, super cute. And then the TBR list is gonna get glued right there. Super easy. So with this and the cute little paper clip, the little paper clip part is super small. So what we're gonna do is clip this closer to the middle fold than to this side. And so I'm just gonna take this, and the entire book part of the paper clip is gonna be on the front, and then just that part will clip the little bookmark in there. So let me show you kind of how we did that. There it is. So that's clipped in, and then I'm gonna glue this down. I'm just gonna eyeball the center here, and I'm gonna glue that down. So whoever you're giving this to, you can like spell their name out right here, stickers, or just write it. You can do whatever you want. Decorate this however you want. Okay, so now when you close it, we're gonna close this side and then this side, so you can kind of see this little cute paper clip a little more. And we're all done. So it's so cute. Look how that was so easy. Just gonna slip that belly band on from the bottom this time, and it's all finished. I absolutely love it. Here's the back. I think it looks so beautiful and a great project for your single-sided paper. So there they are, and here's the one we made together. I had so much fun with these. They were so quick and easy, and I just want to use up more paper pads to make more. I'm probably gonna use the rest of this one. So go and stock up on these notepads, and the possibilities are endless. I know we all want to find more ways to use up our paper, and this is the perfect way. I appreciate you so much, and I thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden